Um, Before we get up out of here, um, I want to say congratulations to the Indiana University of Indiana. They won the college national championship. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Um, I
Monday.
think they Monday. Yeah. I think they are the first team to go undefeated, 16-0 since like 1894 or something like that. So congratulations to them. And it just brings up a question to me, real quick about college football. Two things. Um, are so it's been a question. The dominant uh division in college football has always been the SEC, but lately is well, seems like the Big Ten is taking over. Do you think that is true?
I don't know if the Big Ten's taking over as much as it's just the college football landscape is basically evened out. Once upon a time, all of some of the best players usually come out of the South. Like that's just how it goes. And there was no reason for them to ever come up north when you could go to the Alabamas, you could go to the Georgias, you could go to the Floridas. Those schools. Why would you leave the South? But now, you know, Big Ten teams can give you a million reasons why you should come to the South, come out the South. So
Yeah, yeah,
money, money has balanced the whole landscape of college football, and some people hate it, some people love it.
yeah. So with that being said, my second question is, I don't even think that Indiana was on anybody's radar, and based on what you just said, it kind of has even the playing field. Uh, any team can. I mean, what is being sold to us that any team can make it to the championship, and this season was, I want to say, one of the most highest rated college football seasons there was. They moved to the 12 the 12 playoff format, and it is rumored that they are going to abandon that and go to either a 16 or a 2014 playoff. Um, do you think that that is a good idea? Is that going to make college football better, or is it just like anything? Is it just a cash grab?
Yeah, man. I mean, me personally, if you like college football, that's good for you. I've always been like a casual college football fan, but there was a time where everybody for years, man, for years. I don't know how long the debate. It was like a 10-year. It might have been longer, but there was like a 10-year debate. Should these players get paid? Should these players get paid? And I was always of the belief that no, they should not get paid because this is college football, and the scholarship is the scholarship, man. Like, and on top of that, you're playing college football to get to the league where you will get paid. And then lo and behold, they wanted to bring back NCAA football. And who would have thought NCAA football would be the straw that broke the camel's back? And that opened the door for NIL. And now everything is on the table. It's so Wild West, transfer portals, NIL. I'm so sick of hearing these words, man. But do I think that expanding the college football playoff is a bad idea, good idea? I mean, at this point, man, y'all could do whatever. The same people that I heard fighting for players to get paid have turned around and say how much they hate college football. And it's like, oh, who could have saw this coming? And then they say, well, yeah, I didn't want this, but it's like I always think about Britney Spears, right? Um, Britney Spears is crazy. There's no other way to put it. Britney Spears going off the deep end. And I remember having arguments with people back when she was under her, oh God, I forgot what they call it. but it was basically where she didn't have any control over her finances or anything. Everything was filtered through her father, and people
Right.
were all up in arms. Oh, her father's ruining her life. He's controlling everything. He just wants to take her money. Free Britney. Free Britney is what they said. They just kept saying free Britney. And I'm like, do y'all not see this woman dancing in her underwear on Instagram? Like you are not some chick, you know, at home trying to get some followers. Like you're Britney Spears. Like, what are you doing? Clearly, you are not in your right mind. But everybody said, "Oh, whatever. The man is trying to control her. Give her her freedom." And then what happens? People were loud enough and caused enough uproar. They freed Britney Spears. They got her out of her, I think it was conservativeship. I think that's what it's called. They got her out of her conservativeship. The father said it was a bad idea, but nobody wanted to listen. And they got her out. And lo and behold, when she got out, she went even more nuts. She had a husband or a fiance. They broke up, and she's still making videos in her underwear. And people, people coming out. Oh, Britney Spears isn't doing good. Oh, you don't say. So people. That's just the problem with this world, man. People just hop on the whatever people are yelling. Oh, pay these players, pay these players. Oh, they paid the players. Oh, nobody wants to stay at their schools anymore. Oh, huh. They don't want to stay at the schools. They just want to go wherever they're getting paid the most. Oh, huh. You don't say. So, at this point, man, I'm tired of fighting the fight. Whatever people want to do, they want to throw more money at stuff, expand this, expand that. Hey, man, do what you want to do. But college football is it's been ruined, man. It's been ruined.
I've always been a secondary college football fan too, man, and I know I run into a lot of people who prefer college football over the NFL. I prefer the NFL over college football, but I was in the camp of paying the players before. Um, I but when I wanted the college players pay, I wasn't thinking millions and millions of dollars. I was thinking more so. I heard all the stories of college players who couldn't afford anything to eat. No, the universities are making millions and millions of dollars off of that name, and they can even buy their books for class. So when I was thinking of paying the players, I was thinking at least take care of all their expenses. You know what I'm saying? Puts a little pocket money in their pocket. Not nothing. Not no. I never thought they would start getting millions, but that's what it turned into. And I don't think that college football is ruined so much. I mean, there are a lot of politics in college football, but there always have been. I never liked the way that the system was run before. I thought the bowl games were a lot of politics and voting and favorites, and a lot of that corruption is still going on, but it's more of a I don't know. College football has turned into a minor league, and it feels more minor leaguish than ever. You know what I'm saying? But it's still more entertaining than the UFL. You know what I'm saying? So um, I don't think I mind a 24 team playoff. I don't think it matters. I think at the end of the day, only six teams are worthy enough to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Unless the playing field continues to spread out and more of these high end players start going to these smaller schools, and we get a lot more Indiana. So I'm interested to see what it turns into. I do think that the NHL, I mean the NIL and all that took it too far by paying the players too much. A player making more money in college football than they can make in the NFL is ridiculous to me. So I mean, of course, if you get once you get past your rookie contract, you're going to make more in the NFL. But a lot of people don't want to leave college because that rookie deal, they're making more money on the college deal than they're making on whatever NFL rookie deal they have. But you know, other than that, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it's headed.
It's headed nowhere. When you add Oregon and USC and Washington to the Big Ten, like that was it, man. That was it. That was pretty much it. That was when, like you said, that was when it officially became minor league NFL, because like in everything that was likable about college football is pretty much gone. Like, say what you will, I appreciate it. Hey, you might get a couple players outside of your conference. I mean, it's a couple teams outside of your conference on your schedule. But for the most part, we could always know that, hey, Michigan's gonna play Michigan State every year. Michigan's gonna play Ohio State. You might get a matchup with Penn State, Iowa. These are the teams that you are gonna watch them measure up against. And the thing about that is it develops rivalries. But now, not only can you not develop rivalries because every year, I mean, there's so many teams in the conference. Every schedule every year is going to be different. And as far as rivalries, nobody's staying with their school long enough to care about those matchups anymore. So, yeah, man, college football I agree. It's turning to minor league football.
So let me ask you this then. So I hear a lot of people. Well, for one, no, I do hate that the teams get to pick their own schedules and they put a whole bunch of bullshit for the first 8 games of their schedule. But anyway, so let me ask you this. I hear a lot of people saying the same thing that you saying, that college sports and college football with all these new things that they've added onto college football has ruined the sport. So what would you say to the fact that it was the most highest watch season yet?
See, I've heard people talk about that, and that's a complicated stat because uh with the innovation of streaming, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to account for views or ratings. So I don't buy into that it was the highest view season this year, because I mean there was just I don't know anybody who was talking about college football like that. And I feel like there's so much money in college football now that they gotta boost it. They gotta make you feel like you are missing out on what everybody's watching, because you know can can you even name anybody off of Indiana or Miami?
I kind of know the quarterback's name somewhat, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, can you even name, how many players can you name out of that college football playoff? Because I'll be honest, I can only name, I could probably name some quarterbacks, and I could name the wide receiver for Indiana. And outside of that, I don't know anybody who's watching
But
like.
but I will have to be biased because I could tell you I've never really known a whole bunch of players' names unless they play for Michigan.
Mm.
Um,
I bet
so
you
I
I bet you knew players on USC when Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart were there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's when college football was great back then.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, college football is my secondary sport. It's hard enough for me to keep up with the players in the NFL without trying to keep up with players in the in college football. Most of the time, I learn college players' name when I'm scouting for the draft or when I'm trying to figure out, you know, who the Lions are going to pick or who the top names are then. Unless somebody is just really just super standing out, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't really keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? I might know some guys' names. I fig- I saw the number, what was the number 10 from a Miami? I don't know his name, but he caught my attention in that championship game because they said he came out of high school early to go to college, and he's supposed to be a senior in high school, and here he is in a championship game scoring like 2 touchdowns. So he kind of stood out to me.
What was he? What position?
Receiver
Oh, okay.
number 10, little small guy, small
Okay.
dude. He got 2 touchdowns. He actually made the last touchdown that Miami scored. He broke a couple tackles and ran it in, but forgot his name. I'll figure it out though. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's about all I got.
That's all I got.
The Pistons beat Boston yesterday. Uh, I remember you said you were gonna wait for the Pistons to get through January, and you wanted to see how they fared then. So far it looks like they're faring pretty well, man. They beat the Knicks a couple of weeks ago. Um, they beat Boston yesterday. Um, how your feelings on the Pistons, real quick, and then we can get up out of here.
The Pistons. There's no reason why they can't be in the Eastern Conference Championship game this year. I mean, you look at it. The Pistons are really at a spot where they're playing. They're playing great, and the Eastern Conference is. The Eastern Conference hasn't been this bad since probably the Miami Heat, where or when LeBron was in the East, because there were some teams that could put up some resistance against the LeBron James's teams, but for the most part, LeBron James had a cakewalk to the finals every year, and this is kind of one of those years like I was listening to today, right?
Hmm.
Today, the Golden State Warriors are playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, and people are like, "Oh, that's going to be a battle." And Jimmy Butler just tore his ACL, so he's out for the year. So, I mean,
Oh wow.
that is going to be a battle. But then you turn around, and the Detroit Pistons are playing the New Orleans Pelicans, and the other night they played the Indiana Pacers. Um, when they beat the Pacers, and to your point, they did beat the Celtics too, and that was a dogfight. It was a really good game. I actually watched that instead of the college football championship.
I was
But
flipping back and forth.
it is the Celtics without Jason Tatum, who inarguably is their best player. And they beat the Pacers the other night without Tyrese Halliburton, without Pascal Siakam, and now tonight they're playing the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Pelicans are like 10-35. Uh,
Hmm.
Obviously, the best player is Zion Williamson. He's going to be out tonight. They're missing like 2, 3 other players. So, the Pistons can only play who's on their schedule. But
Right. I was
you
about to say
know,
that.
it's credit to them for dominating their schedule and going on the run that they're going on. Like I said, they just got to remain healthy. But assuming health, there's no reason they shouldn't make it to the Eastern Conference Championship. And if they make a trade, I would go as far as to say that hey, they got a shot in the finals. But I don't think they're making a big time trade.
Yeah. Speaking of trade, they was they. It's been they were. I've heard that if they were to make a trade, they were trying to figure out who they would get rid of, and the names I heard the most were between um Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, and Asar, or maybe even Holland, and or a combination of those guys. Uh, would you even make a trade, and if you did, out of those guys, who would you trade?
Uh, it always comes
Jaden
down.
Jaden Ivey Jaden Ivey had a good game for it was real quick. You had to be there to see it, but it was real quick. But yeah, he had a good game. He had a good series here last night.
It always comes down to what would I do and what is the team gonna do. And hey man, for the right guy, you can have any of those guys not named Cade Cunningham. Um, I would even trade Jalen Duren if I had the
Duh.
right if you gave me the right package, I would trade Jalen Duren. You told me I get a Giannis for
Wow.
Jalen Duren and some other pieces. I trade that. But no, this is Detroit, man, and we don't do trades here. We don't believe in trading players. We hold on to players, and players that we could trade, we hold on to them past the point of their being valuable in a trade, i.e., the Jaden Ivies. What are the Pistons going to do? If they do anything, they will trade Jaden Ivey because they don't want to trade anybody. They don't want to trade anybody. That's point blank period. They don't want to trade anybody. But if they did trade somebody, it would be Jaden Ivey because Jaden Ivey is on the final year of his deal. So is Jalen Duren. But I'm assuming that they're going to try to re-sign Jalen Duren. They didn't do it this offseason, which I don't know. He's playing the best he's played, so maybe it's because of the motivation of not having a contract, or maybe they should have signed him ahead of time. Brad Holmes would have did it, but they're gonna trade Ivy because Ivy's on the last year of his deal and he hasn't shown enough. I wouldn't sign a guy based on one good game, so I don't think Trajan Lane is gonna do that either. So they're gonna if they do anything, I think they trade Ivy for whatever you could get, which isn't gonna be much.
So is it even worth trading? If you're not going to get much, is it even worth trading it, making the trade?
Sure, because whatever you get is going to be more valuable than Jaden Ivey walking away from your team.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the Pistons do. I feel like they're the number one seed in the defense, and like you said, you can only play who you can play. You can only play who's in front of you. And hey, if the Pistons get a cakewalk to the finals, I'm all for it. But that's all I got for today, man.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, we will see y'all back with predictions for the Super Bowl, and we will see if the Lions make any more credible news that's worth talking about. But until then, peace. Detroit.